Peace and love, creatives. I come to you with a, so is it a subscription? It's not, it's a blind box, and you get an email and they tell you that it's available, and you click on the email and this comes in the mail. It's markeruniverse.com. It's a blind box, and all right, let's see what's inside. I'm like super excited. I couldn't even wait. This just got here. Okay. I was gonna do sketch boxes blind box, but it seemed like there was a lot of watercolor stuff in it. It was a holiday box, and I wasn't interested. But this one is completely blind. I have no idea what's in here. So let's see. Okay. The exclusive 2021 blind box is here. The challenge is to create using only what is provided in the box. You can use some or all the item, but try not to use anything else. Tag us, which I'm not going to because I don't have that. Pro tip, always swatch test products. Thank you so much for purchasing our exclusive 2021 blind box. We hope you enjoy these wonderful products. Okay. Oh, they gave us paper this time. This expressive paper includes 5 sheets, each of different express papers. Black paper, watercolor paper, and blending card paper. Oh. Okay, I will open that. I don't want to see what's... Okay. I'm very excited. I'm gonna move this aside so you can be surprised too. Okay, first thing I pull out is a Graphite twin tip marker, water-based. Brush nib and very, very super fine tip nib. Okay, that's one. Okay, second thing I got is probably a Fude pen of some kind. Oh, calligraphy pen. And everything's in a different language, so I don't know, but it comes, I'm going to show you the picture that it's showing me. It's coming with that. I guess this is used to write calligraphy, right? And to keep it nice and straight, that is that. So you got this nib in black, which I just wrote on myself. And you got, okay, 2 of the same, I think 1 black, 1 gray. We will check it out. So that's the second thing we got in this box. Let me take a look. See what product first. Okay. And we get another Grapho twin tip water-based marker. It's a pinkish color. And fine tip. And then we get sketch marker, brush tip, pale mint, yes, brush tip, chisel, and that's sketch marker. That is, I believe that's Marker Universe's own personal brand. Then you get a clear aqua, chisel, and brush, and then we get a chalk color, which is brush tip and chisel. I'm curious to see how the watercolor and the alcohol are going to work together. Okay, we have a Ginza fine 4. Seems like it's going to be a highlighter color, orangey. Okay. And a new pen by Hashi. Oh my gosh. Ah, there we go. Okay. And it seems like it's in the color gold. We will see. There's more, guys. Oh my god. Okay. We have, ooh, Tombow Pencils. Made in Vietnam. It doesn't say the Oh, here we go. Cactus green and verdigris, gray, green gray, I think. Let me see. It's gonna, yeah, verdigris. Okay. And then we have, I've been wanting these and they came in this box, so I get to try them. Okay, all right, I'm gonna leave this for last. Okay, we have water-based opaque pigment ink. Oh, UV and water resistant. Seems like it's a paint pen by Graphite. This was Grapho, this is Graphite. I don't know if they're the same company. I think they are though. They look like they're the same company. Then we get the Karen Deco brush paint pens, but these are in acrylic paint. They usually make, I'll show you one, I think I have one close by. They make them in water-based ink, and these are acrylic. A water blend, non-toxic opaque system. It says water-based, but I know that this is like a paint pen. We'll see how that works. Glad I didn't just buy it, right? So we have it in the color henna. We have it in the color curry, and we have it in the color sepia. And a sticker. Now, as far as I'm concerned, the only way you get notified of this box is by signing up for their newsletter and waiting for the email to come. And I did, and here I am. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna give you a little rundown of what's in here, and then I think I'm gonna go and figure out what I'm gonna draw and then come back. All right, so first we have the Tombow Fudenosuke brush pen twin tip black gray. Yep. A firm yet flexible brush tip for different writing and drawing techniques. Create extra fine or medium strokes with a change in brush pressure. Great for calligraphy and art drawings. Barrels are made of recycled polypropyl plastic. There we go, I did it. The twin-tipped pen has water-based pigment, black gray ink, odorless, non-refillable. Good to know. So that I cannot use with the alcohol markers. Okay, next is the Sketch Marker Pro alcohol markers. It's these. The Pro markers are a professional alcohol marker with flexible brush nib. They are non-toxic and safe. Sketch Marker Pro has 2 nibs, flexible brush for details and fine strokes, and a chisel tip. The nibs are replaceable, made in Japan. That means that the nibs should be a good quality and won't frail like the felt tip ones that some markers have. Next are the Karen Deco brush pigment paint markers. Yep, is a unique acrylic paint marker unlike anything you've seen or used before. The brush nib squeezes, zero pumping for paint flow. Just shake to create. The opaque acrylic paint is beautiful and bright on paper, cardstock, glass, most plastics, wood, stone, canvas, and more. Easily blend color to color with tonal transition, light, fast, and permanent. Each marker holds 2.4 mLs and of cruelty-free, non-toxic paint. Sweet. Next is the Graphite Shake Paint Marker Medium. Graphite Shake Paint pens draw and write on most surfaces, are water and UV resistant, and are available in 4 nib sizes: extra fine, fine, medium, and XL. Shake pens, Shake paint pens feature opaque water-based paint. Okay, and we have it in the 4mm size. Next are the Graphite twin tip water-based markers, which are available in 48 different colors. Grapho markers contain water-based ink with a soft and flexible brush nib on one end and an extra fine calibrated 0.5 nib on the other, which will come in handy for fine lining at the end of the art if I deem to use that. The next one is the Tombow Pencils, which I'm super psyched to try. I've been into pencils lately and I don't own any Tombow pencils, so these are my first 2 pencils from Tombow. Beautifully crafted color pencils with soft lead rich produces rich creamy texture and smooth even blending. High quality wax based artist grade pencils, easy to layer without waxy buildup. When they say that they're wax based, that means from what I'm learning that although pencils have both oil and wax in them, there's more oil to wax, so that's how they categorize if they are an oily pencil or a wax pencil. New pen, Ginza Pro Fine 0.4, provides great highlight pigmented water-based ink with a Japanese fine plastic nib. The Ginza 0.4 smooth writing ability and quick drying ink make it ideal for illustrations, journaling, note-taking, and more non-toxic, high quality, and cruelty-free. Okay, all right, so next we're going to take, oh my gosh, we have black paper. I don't know which one to do first. Okay, let's see. Oh, you can tell the difference in texture. Okay, so here you have the water paper, or the watercolor paper. Here you have the blending card paper, which is smooth. And then you have the black paper, which is 250 GSM, which is thick. So what am I going to use? I think we should use the blending card one. And let's test these out. I'm gonna pause, get the pencils sharpened, get the paint pen prepped, and then come back. Okay, I'm back and I realized that I totally just, I don't know, didn't want to see that or whatever, but they did have a separate explanation of what this pen was. It's a gel pen. They launched their gel pen, their Hashi gel pen, inspired by the minimalist design of chopsticks. The gel pen features a thin translucent body with a cap, a 0.5 needle tip. Hashi gel pens provide great coverage and smooth writing. With uniform stroke, Hashi gel ink is oil-based and quick drying. Can be used on colored paper, available in 12 different colors, and also cruelty-free. So that's cool. Sorry about that, guys. All right, so let's start. I decided to do a black paper and a white paper because of the different markers we have. I got this all set up. So let's start with the Tombow Fude pen, the brush pen. Okay, we're gonna use the black side first. Oh my gosh. All right, you see that? I did not expect that to look like that and do that. Wow. Okay. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, that's so soft. And then you got the gray part. That's really nice. I like that. I don't think it's going to show up here, but I'm going to put it on anyway. That's the gray. That's the black. No, I didn't think so. But, you know. All right, we're going to do the sketch marker. That is the chalk color. I'm not going to do the chisel. And I'll do the chisel here. It's not going to show up here. I'm just not even going to waste my time on that. But I am going to do it on this side. They're so pastel-y. Okay. And then we'll do this. I'm going to give them a shake just because sometimes the paint likes to separate. All right, Karen Deco brush. That is the henna. juicy. I'm gonna have to, I'm gonna do the swatching, but I am going to do a different video, a separate video with the artwork and incorporating the papers. Okay, we're moving on to the Graphite paint marker. And I already prepped it. Ooh, that's a pretty metallic silver. Okay, so the Grapho water brush pens. This one is the, is it color? This is Princess Rose. I like that with the brush pens you can get a thin line and a thick line with them. Oops, sorry. But you also can get a good line with the fine liner on the other side. That's nice. Alright, I forgot. I feel like it's a waste doing that, but we'll give it a whirl. You never know. I feel like these are going to blend really nice together. I'll just give it a whirl. Oh yeah, look at that. And although this is not the ideal paper for that kind of stuff, it's already pilling. Tombow Pencils. Oh. That is very interesting. The red pen water marker made that. I don't know if you can see the green, but it made a green stroke on there, which is interesting and means that it can be used on there. This is Cactus Green. And then I'm gonna go hard. There's not enough tooth on this paper to get a good color. That's the Cactus Green. I'm just gonna go hard from the beginning on this. Okay, you can see it. And this one is the Verdigris. I don't know how to say that. Okay, they look a little too similar, to be honest with you, but I guess it'll work for blending them. Softcore. I've also learned with pencils that if there is a core that's soft like that, you do not want a very, very long fine point unless you're doing delicate detail, because it'll just break on you. So far they look good though. We'll see how they work, but those two colors, I wish they gave me a different color. That's too similar. Okay, then we have the gel pen, which we've already used on this page. It's nice. And then looks nice. And the new pen, I'm curious to see if it works on the no, I didn't think so. Okay. So we know what works on what. I am back and I have an idea what I want to do with the Marker Universe box. So let's get into it. All right. I'll tell you my plans, my evil plans for the box. Okay. All right, so basically what they want us to do is, with what they gave us, they want us to make an art piece with it. So that is just what we will do. Get the box out of the way. And I'll let you know what my idea is. Okay. So Express It gave us 3 different types of cards, papers to work on. So what I was planning on doing was taking one of each. And then actually 2 of the black. Let's see, 1, 2. I want to do that. Oops. I wanted to do like a that. That's what I wanted to do. And to keep them together, let me see, does this have to? No. To keep together, I am going to put some washi. This is how they're gonna look. And I'm gonna flip it over because this is the side I'm gonna use. And I'm going to make a border. So lately, I've been having gnomes, yes, gnomes, like these guys right here on my brain. So I was thinking of doing something similar for this look that I have here. So I am going to take the green pencil, sharpen it, and I'm gonna draw something, but first I'm gonna take care of the puppy. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a quick sketch, and that I'll speed that up, and then we're gonna color it and see what we get. Okay guys, so what I came up with was yoga gnomes. I know I have issues, okay. But I'm gonna refer to my swatch pages so that I know what I can use on the black paper and what I can use on the marker paper. This is the watercolor paper, this is the marker paper, and then it's the black stuff. I think I'm gonna work my way over, so I'm gonna start with this guy here, and the watercolor-ish things that we have that we can use, like the material we can use on this paper is a lot. You can use all of these on this paper. Using markers on watercolor paper is not recommended. It sucks up the marker too much. So I will try to avoid using that. Now I don't know what I want to do for color on this guy. Let's see. So we got these 3 colors. Maybe this can be skin. It's not too dark. Can I lighten it up? This can be his hat and shorts, or this could be skin. Let's see. Let's get into it. So we're gonna start off with the Grapho water-based marker, and it's the pink one that I decided to use for his skin. It's pretty dark and it ends up looking dark throughout the beginning process, but I do end up going in and lightening it up. Just in case you were wondering what poses they were doing, first one is warrior, second one is I don't know but I'm cute. Thank you. So I end up going in next with the Deco brush, and it's the green that came in the box. I use it for his shorts, and I also use it for his hat. When you get in on a larger piece, which it's not even that much larger of a piece, that the hat area, you end up seeing just how much this paintbrush streaks when you're trying to color in. And I definitely will go over it again with another coat just so that you don't see the streaking. I was very indecisive with this next part. I felt like he needed a background, but I didn't know what to do. And I also felt like I needed to use the water-based marker that I hadn't used yet in some way. So what I decided to do was go up top with a couple of strokes and then come in with a watercolor brush and just bring down that color all the way to the bottom and just make it look like a gradient from darkest to the on the top to the lightest on the bottom. It was a good idea, but unfortunately, while doing the gradient, if you can see his arms, it kind of like blends right in. That's why I didn't go completely over. It blends right in with that red. So I guess when you look at it, maybe they could have given us a different color marker instead of a pink one and a red one, so that we could have a little bit more of a variation. I fixed the problem eventually, and you'll see that later. I'm gonna let the top picture dry and move on to the bottom one. I start out with the Deco brush in the color Henna, and I do the gnome's hat with that, and I also do his shorts that color. I then move on to his skin, and I end up doing his skin in the Deco brush in the sepia color. And it came out okay. I was gonna try to maybe lighten the skin color with maybe a little bit of water or something, but I decided let's go in with it all the way. Let's see how this performs in its natural habitat. So I ended up doing that. I toyed with the idea of using the gold Hansa gel pen for his beard, but decided to put it off and maybe try it later on in the picture or use the gold in some other way. So I let that part, that picture dry, and I moved on to my little gnome on the top right hand corner. And I just decided to use the Tombow pencils for his hat. And I'm not gonna lie, while doing this part, my hand started to hurt. I was applying medium to moderate pressure. I wasn't even going in that hard, but I guess it was hard enough for my hands to start hurting with this pencil. So I think these pencils are definitely not as creamy as what I'm used to working with. They're a little bit harder, in my opinion. I still like them. They were very nice. I like the colors, but that was just my experience right now with them. I end up sharpening the pencil. I figured maybe if I make the point a little bit longer, it would work better. So instead of using my Deco sharpener, I end up using my hand crank sharpener. I forgot the name of the brand, but I end up using that one. It makes the point a little bit longer and a little bit easier to use. But yeah, it was still a struggle getting layers on it. I think I have to put a little bit of blame on the paper that I'm using here. I don't know if it's good for a pencil. I end up using the darker pencil to do some shading. I wasn't crazy about the way it came out, so I end up fixing that too later on. But you'll see those pencils get used again. Back when we were swatching at the beginning, I remember the reaction that the red Grapho marker, water-based marker, had with the black paper, and I decided to take advantage of that and turn what he's sitting on into like grass, and I used the red marker to achieve that. At first I was thinking that I can use the red marker on his hat to create some kind of shading, but that didn't work out too well. But the background definitely that worked really good. It worked so good I decided to take it down to the other gnome on the black paper. So moving on from that, I decided to go back to the top picture and just do that second coat because it had dried already. And once I put that second coat on, I definitely saw the difference. There was no streaking. It was definitely a cleaner look, but I don't know. I'm glad these came in a blind box. Would have liked different colors, but I'm glad they came in a blind box and I got to try them out before I actually purchased a whole set, because these are expensive and I like Posca's better. I do. So my little gnome guy is gonna have the same skin tone as his friend on the bottom on the black paper. So they both are gonna have the sepia color from the Karen Deco brush marker for skin tone. Once I was done with that, I moved on to my first gnome that I colored, and I was trying to lighten his skin by just reactivating the watercolor brush and then just dapping that area with a paper towel, and for the most part it definitely worked. It made his skin not look so red and bright or really bright pink or whatever, and it toned it down a little so that he didn't blend in with the background as much. And it kind of, I like it. It was like a happy little accident, but it kind of gave like a nice little effect that I really enjoyed. When I was done with that, I moved on to give my little gnome on the bottom, a second coat of that sepia color. And I was having an issue getting the ink out from these markers. I'm gonna say it was user error and not the actual brushes themselves. I think I just needed to shake them before I opened them and started using them. But I'll keep playing around with them and see if that was the case. Okay, now it was time to tackle the bottom picture that is like, hey, what about me? You forgot me. There's no color on it whatsoever. And I figured now is a better time than ever to just start with the markers while everything else is drying. I started out with that really light pinkish color, chalk. It was called chalk, for the skin on my little yoga buddy. And I end up going over it again to give it a little bit more, I guess, color, because it's a very light color. So I do go over it again. And then I use the pale mint for his hat and for his shorts. And then I end up using the clear aqua to give shading and a little bit more, you know, a little bit more shadow, a little bit more oomph. And that worked out really good. They blend really pretty. They were really nice to work with. They were very juicy, but not too juicy that it was like spewing over your lines or anything. They're nice. They were very nice to work with. I put the shading underneath the top of the hat right there. And I pushed it out with the lighter mint color, and it worked like a dream. It was really good. I enjoyed using them. I took that same pale mint color and used it for the sky in this picture. And instead of using the brush tip to cover the sky, to color in the sky, I used the chisel tip, and it gives a nicer, smooth cover for a larger piece. I feel anyway. I think that if I went in with the brush tip, it wouldn't have looked as uniform and clean. That's how I like using the chisel tip. Like, if there's a large portion of my art that needs to be colored, I'll go in with the chisel tip and leave the brush tips for like finer details and smaller areas of the piece. Then I go and give a little bit of shading to his skin using the same chalk color that I used for his skin. I just layered it on top of the existing color that was there. Then I go in with the Tombow Pencils and lightly color in the grass. And I'm trying to like see if these work better if I layer them, the pencils. I tried coloring it a little too hard with the gnome on top, and figured that maybe if I went in a little softer with the pencils and just started a layer, like, you know, layer upon layer upon layer with these pencils, that it will work better. And I think that that's what these pencils are made for. So definitely not my kind of pencils, but I'm glad I got them, and I'm glad I got to check them out. Now I'm doing little grass wispies. And yeah, I like the little effect. It's cute. Now I go in with that gold gel pen, and at first I just wanted to do like a outline on my little gnome, and quickly just realized just how much it made the picture pop. And I kind of like, I was like, I want more than just an outline on this guy. Maybe I should do like the sun is behind him. So I end up making it look like he's sitting and the sun is setting behind him while he's doing his yoga. And yeah, it came out amazing. So I took that effect and I actually used it for each picture. And although the gold wasn't going to make it pop, in my opinion, I didn't think it was going to make it pop for every picture the way it did on the black page. So I change up what I use for the backgrounds in each picture, but for the most part, I definitely liked that effect with the background having the sun setting in each picture. It was very cute. So here I realized that I forgot his nose. I color in his nose with the Deco brush. I also take the green Deco brush and add much needed highlighting and shading to his hat. I also realized that he wasn't wearing pants, so I gave him a pair of yoga tights. And yeah, crisis averted. He looks great. I end up taking the black Fude pen that made those really pretty lines and made some stripes on his hat. I also took the that same liner and lined his whole I outlined him with it lightly, and I made some shading with it. And then I took the gray Fude part of that pen because it came in black and gray, and I kind of tried to give him shading with on his beard with it. And I also end up using my watercolor brush or my paintbrush to loosen up the gray a little bit. It didn't work as well as I thought it would, but I tried. Here I'm using that orange highlighter looking pen, the new pen, to make the sunset behind him with that orange. So I took the Grapho brush pen, the fine liner part, and made a couple of lines with the already shapes, or I don't know what to call it, that was there with the water effects, and I just embraced it and just did some shading with the brush pen. I then took the Fude pen, the gray color, and outlined my little marker gnome, my marker color gnome with it, because it wasn't popping. Like, everything was just so flush on that one. So I just wanted my gnome to like kind of like stand out. And I think outlining it like this made that happen. I don't know. What do you think? Does it look better like that? Or should I have left it just without the lines? I went back in with the Tombow pencil just to give a little bit more shading underneath him. And I ended up deciding against putting a sun in the background for him. I don't know, it just didn't feel right. But I wanted the pictures to have some kind of similarity, like besides them being gnomes, of course, doing yoga. I wanted there to be the same thing in the picture, at least just one of the same thing, kind of, you know, object. So I decided to do them like little flies flying around them with the gold pen, and I think that came out cute. And then I took that same gold pen and with along the line of the washi, I just made a gold trim with my fingers crossed, hoping that, number one, I made a straight line and it went all the way around. And then I have that dreaded Grapho silver marker pen that, yeah, I didn't know what to do with it. And I was like, you know what? Your boy lives in an RV. And that's what I put in his background, to just give him something in the background like I did the other guys. And I think, I think that was an okay addition to it. As you can tell, I did not use a reference for the RV, okay? And now I'm just taking off the tape that I put on carefully so that I don't rip the paper, because that is the dreaded, that's what you dread when you're removing washi. You don't want to rip the paper. And I kind of did on one part, so I had to like stop and, you know, go from another way. Okay. All right, so my little yoga gnomies. I think they came out pretty cool. That was a good little idea for this, and I used all of the material provided. The only thing that I brought from outside, well, two things, the washi tape and the paintbrush. Everything got used. Everything got used. And I'm gonna keep that taped there. Well, I like the way it came out. I do. Okay. Peace and love.